We are back here at the Western Oval.
We are back.
The season's on the line. One of these sides gets a crack at Thompson next week in the grand final. The other side, it's ta-da.
It certainly is. And the Thompson supporters down here hoping it's East Belmont.
It wouldn't be too sure.
But I've got to tell them that I think you'll find that the Cheetahs will run them off their legs in this final term.
Well, they had all the play in that third quarter, did they not, Jason?
They certainly did, and Stewie Scott at three-quarter time was just reminding the guys that the 6 or 8 months that they've put in, they need all that work for this 30 minutes of this last quarter to get them up and get them in the grand final next week, because he said there is a reward at the end, and that is the second division premiership. So we can see in this quarter whether the boys adhere to that.
Vinnie Lehman still down the forward pocket or goal square area. Craig here on the wing picking up Travis Kelly. The umpire commences play. It's a high bounce. It actually bounces the way of East Belmont, but not for their advantage. It's tapped towards Hingerworsen. Chipping in Kelly, held without the football as he tried to burst through the pack. And Travis Kelly takes the first free kick of the final quarter. It's 7-7-49. East Belmont 3 goals, 19-37 to Blue West as Kelly takes this one. Just defensive side of the centre, goes to half forward. Up in front, Tunganil worked his way there but couldn't hold the mark. McKenzie paddles it out, big ladder. Does well, the big fella, gathers, tumbles the ball around the corner. Not a very good kick though, as Travis Kelly runs on the far side of the centre wing.
Goes up towards centre half forward. Foot doesn't take the mark. It's called play on. It was touched out towards half forward to Kelly again for his third possession in a minute. Oh, Chandler. Just a touch too high there. And Kelly hasn't moved, and there's also another East Belmont player down. Edwards it is. At centre half forward, but Travis Kelly.
I've got the glasses on Travis Kelly, and he has not moved.
Chandler went through hard. Don't know whether he raised any part of his body towards the towards Kelly, but it was pretty tough.
You certainly can't take the kick. Big Westhorpe's gathered it. But I think if they call for a stretch, the play will have to be held up here.
I think they might be calling for it.
Well, I missed that particular hip and shoulder, but it was fair and square, gentlemen.
Can't comment, Ron. I'm not real sure. I'd need to see the replay.
I'm not going to comment either, but he went through hard. Kelly was down over near the ball, so that might have made it look a bit worse than what it was.
As he went to ground, he grabbed his facial area as he was falling down, but when he hit the turf, he just didn't wake up. So whether the damage was done when he actually hit the turf or before on the way down, I'm not real sure. The stretch is out there now for Travis Kelly, who's been pretty lively for them. Certainly one they'd be looking for in the final quarter to give them a lot of run. And he'll be placed on the stretcher and brought off the ground. 7-7-49. East Belmont, they've led from go. Can they lead to woe? We'll find out in about 30 minutes. And 3 goals, 19, 37 points on the board of the Blue West Footy Club.
Well, might be the thing that East Belmont need to spark them in this final quarter. Geelong West had most of the play in the last 10 or so minutes of the third quarter and kicked a couple of goals to get themselves close to East Belmont, but this might be the thing to inspire the Lions.
Well, they've got him up on the stretcher there, Travis Kelly, who still hasn't moved for mine.
Shane Quinn, the man to come on for Kelly. And it looks like it's going to take him straight off the ground, so I don't think he'll be back this afternoon.
Just wonder about the fitness of Shane Quinn. I thought he played pretty well up to half-time, doing a lot of the hard work in the packs, and he's walking around to come onto the ground now. He doesn't look as though he's 100% to me, Ronnie.
No, he's... Well, he looks okay, doesn't he?
Well,
mate,
he might just walk like that.
Okay.
He looks reasonable, doesn't he?
He doesn't look as though he's bursting to get back on. I wonder why he was off after half-time, that's all. Whether he was crook or not.
Possibly could be.
Because I thought he played a pretty fair first half and done a lot of the hard work in the packs. Well, he's going to get his chance now. He comes back on the ground as the Eskimos. Travis Kelly is carried straight into the rooms. I'd suggest he's still out.
So play resumes.
Yeah, eyes are still closed. He's still out.
Legal takes the free kick. Ladder, good mark. In between centre half back and full back. Plays on quickly around Ian Burnett. Kicks it towards the wing, but there's nobody there for the Cheetahs. The ball bounces well for Campigley to have a chance. Kicks it off the ground. Lakino is in the right spot. Oh, throws the ball.
Too high.
Too high.
Yep,
free
that's
kick.
why he threw it. He was grabbed around the neck.
All right. Free kick to Lakino in the middle.
His body was going one way and his head was going back the other. Pretty hard to hand pass then.
Thanks for that.
Thought I'd put you in.
So Cookie's just bagged me. Lakino now, right foot kick up towards Cam Pigley. Oh, good mark. Play on. Wigmore runs through. Has to kick quickly. Right foot kick. Deep to the teeth of goal. It's over the head of Brett Dunlop and a goal. Brett Wigmore.
Is it the first of many to come? It's the one they wanted at the start of the final quarter, Ronnie.
Nice football and all set up Brett Camp Pigley.
Or Darren even.
Did I say Brett?
Yes, you did. Torquay coach.
Tis too.
Brotherly love.
That's it. Well done, Darren. And nice goal under pressure. Ran his full term, Wigmore, and 4:19 now, 43 Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club, 7-7-49 on the APCO Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard. 5 minutes gone to the final term. Bought to us by Bannockburn Sporting Trophies.
Back to the centre, bounce it down, umpire. Get the game underway again, he does. Up goes Latter, he misses on this occasion. The goal wins the hit down towards Burnett. He burns through the centre ground. He heads out for the half-forward fleet, paddles it, can't pick it up. Haints is there, intercepting. No, he's beaten by his opponent on this occasion. That looked like the 20 Guernsey there of Buchanan. It was. He got around him nicely. He kicked in towards the big fella, couldn't mark then the number 2 Guernsey, Edwards. Cowie was a chance, winds up back there with, Scragger Craig got one a bit high, play on the call as he received a hand pass. Here comes Newton, he couldn't pick it up, picked up by little Jeffrey. He's had a flying shot at the goal mouth that just bounced the wrong side. Almost the reply they were looking for there, the East Belmont Lions, but just missed to the left-hand side, and Cowie will put it back into play.
He goes short, Ladder. Nobody within 20 metres of him. He runs along half-back. Jeff Shaw comes towards him. Good left foot kick towards the wing, and he's picked out the coach. You'll get a game next week if there's one. Stuart Scott's marked it.
50 plays 43 on the APCO Easy Shop scoreboard. 7 points the difference here at the Western Oval.
Scott now on the wing. Waits for a lead. Wigmore makes the lead. He's got to mark it because he's outnumbered. Roving at the front of the pack, Scragger Craig. Wigmore comes through to do the shepherding. Good handball by Craig as he's got Stewie Scott in space on half forward. He can set it up now on his left boot. He goes long, Denning behind, down the field. Undisciplined play from Jeff Shaw. And Vinnie Lehman will take the free kick. No, it's not. It's going to go to Frank Ianelli. So that's poor play from Jeff Shaw. The runner should be straight out to him. Ronnie's gone touchy.
For a bit of that. He wasn't sure whether it was there.
Well, it was good footy, Stewie Scott, because he didn't go flat out, because he knew he was under pressure. And he still had the ball. I reckon he just kicked it when he got decked.
This to make the difference 1 point. Frank Ianelli. He gets under it a bit, but he's put it straight through the high diddle-diddle. Frank Ianelli's first goal this afternoon. And 1 point the difference. East Belmont 7-8-50 and the Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 5-19-49.
Well, you'd have to say, Ronnie, it'd be fair to say the Blue West won't have any trouble getting 1 point to make it level, would you? They've got 19 of them already. They've got 5-19. They're coming good. 49 points on the board. East Belmont have stopped a little here. They're 7-8-50. They're still leading on the APCO Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard. They need to kick a goal. That one from Craig Jeffrey was important if you could have bobbed that.
Yes, certainly. 7.5 minutes gone to the final term. East Belmont still leading, as they have done all day.
Ladder and Westhorpe. Westhorpe, good thump at the ball too. Has to sit and wait was Burnett. No free kick. Out the back of the pack, Jeffrey puts the tackle on Primer. Murray Scott has got support in Mackenzie. Oh, he just put it nearly over Mackenzie's head. Mackenzie was good enough to get a hand to it. Close towards Scott and also Jeffrey near the boundary line. Out of bounds. So 24 scoring shots to 15. And the Blue West side still trail by 1 point.
The ball's out of bounds, far side of the ground, midway between centre wing and half forward flank. The Lions are into attack. They're looking for a goal to get them going again. Westhorpe goes up and wins it. It's not further back towards Newton there. Got the hand pass away to Dave Franey. Franey up and unders inside 50. Mark taken by Johnson out in front of Chandler. Too far out to score, it suggests he's going to let it go long anyway. Gets underneath the ball, holds up on the breeze. Deep into the forward zone, free kick, and it's going to go Cowie's way. Being pulled off the football.
He was in front.
In that marking contest, that's where you've got to be when the ball's dropping short, and Fort giving away the free kick. Cowie from the back line takes on Fort and beats him too on the man on the mark and runs around, gains 10 metres and kicks it 55 or 60 with the breeze from behind. Primmer's up, punches the ball away. Jeffrey at ground level. In goes Stewie Scott.
Good work, Stewie, because he was against three players there. Westhorpe, Jeffrey and also Newton. He had to hold up the ball until the love child could come in and help him out. A good play there by the coach. Ball up, Ladder and Westhorpe. Favours Westhorpe to come straight over the top. Out the back of the pack, Craig. Shark by Legel. The Eskimo keeps it in front of him. Pushed off the ball by Haints. Good play. Steadies it. Handball to Mackenzie. Short little kick. Jeff Shaw play on, touched off the boot. Ooh, Neil ran straight at him but didn't get him. Jeff Shaw from 40 metres, kicks into the teeth of goal. Cowie runs back. Oh, good mark. Oh, good mark.
I said before, Roddy, your favourite fullback of mine. Was the bad grab, was it, under pressure?
Great grab, he's Mr. Cool as he goes long, but he's kicked it straight down the throat of Jamie Legell. No one within 30 metres of him. He goes long. Johnson's got the set. Up they go. Down she comes. Oh, Buchanan nearly took a screamer. We see there Chandler lost the footy.
Free kick.
Fought there, copped. Who was that there holding his head?
Haints
it was, yes. A little bit hardly done by Trevor Haints. No free kick forthcoming. Ball is on the right forward pocket with the Lions into attack 5 metres from their goal.
Pushed down to the front of the pack. Craig gets a timely hand in because he pushes it over the boundary line before Buchanan can keep it in. And another boundary throw in. About 15 metres around from the East Belmont goal. Ladder and Westhorpe. Ladder gets his right hand to it, comes out the back of the pack towards Neil, runs straight at it, gets a trip, no free kick. Pack develops. Newton runs straight through, done quite well since he's come on. Out to he gets a free kick now too for being held on too long. Murray Scott. So Glenn Newton from just outside 50. He goes long. Cowie sets himself. Also Scott. Scott takes the mark in front. So he's in the back pocket out of side.
Down there lending a hand in defence at the moment. Played a grand game today, the coach. Up the field, doesn't see much happening. He'll just have to head out towards the boundary line, I think. He spirals one into the centre. Good kick is called there, but Murray Scott dropped the mark. One he should have held. Ingleworson can run onto the football. He's got more pace than Franey. Franey runs him down. Goes and gets the ball, loses it in the tackle. Franey stages for the free and gets it. Pulled off the football. So says Dave Franey. Now McLaughlin.
The umpire's lost it because...
Booby wound up with it. He paid the free kick to Franey for a hold. Anyway, McLaughlin kicks down a half forward. Up goes Johnson, can't mark. Newton does well at ground level, tumbles it into the forward zone. But the mark taken down here in defence.
Trevor Haints.
It is Haints. He's put on a bit of weight, ain't he?
Done all right too today.
Comes out towards the wing position. Franey taps it back. Good play. Johnson. He's got Legell further afield. Ladder's coming at him. He gets around him. Good plays in the centre of the ground. Pushes up towards Cowie and also Fort. Good play by Cowie to keep it away. Buchanan's there and Burnett. Cowie off the ground. Good kick out. Now race for the ball. Craig beats Shaw to it. Gets a hand to it out of bounds. 50-metre line. Lions attacking.
Scotty Cowie's strong, isn't
it? Bad when you've got the pressure on, is he? He's done well there. He's outdone 2 of them and then got the ball away as well. I'm not going to give him a vote just yet, but I'm thinking about it. Roddy Bray, would you take a stanza while I work out my votes, please?
Okay, Bounty throw in about 55 metres from the Lions' goal. Westhorpe doing battle with Ladder. And the latter knocking it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
And the Lions doing all the attacking. If they can get a goal here, you really give them a bit of heart. They haven't kicked one for a while.
Certainly. Boundary throwing again. Ladder this time. Getting it down to the direction of Haints. Over under the ball. Buchanan's there. His hand pass. Not a good one. To the direction of Alan Craig, who just couldn't get both hands on the footy. And again, it's out of bounds. About 80 metres now from the Lion goal.
1 point the difference. East Belmont lead in the preliminary final. The winner's got a ticket, a free one in fact, into the grand final. Here's Franey getting a hand pass out of the pack towards the 50-metre line. Looking for the Eskimo Quinn. Knocked away by Cook, the love child. He found the safety of the fence on that occasion. And the boundary throw in on the far side of the ground.
So, thrown in now. Both sides have got 19 players on the ground. Nearly the runners have been out there for about 5 minutes. Ladder pushes Westhorpe in the back, tries to kick it off the ground. Haints again wrapped up on the 50-metre line, can't get rid of it. And a ball up. 7-8-50 East Belmont. They lead Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 5-19-49. 1 point the difference. Ball up now. Ladder. Westhorpe goes up. Ladder tries to take it out of the ruck and he does so. Just loses the ball in front of him. On the bottom of the pack, Stewie Scott. Quick kick out from Newton, up towards the full forward position. Edwards can't take it. Cowie straight through the middle of the pack. Right foot kick out into the open spaces. McLaughlin leads Ianelli. Ianelli waits for the bounce and it's going to sit for him, is it? Yes, he's got Lehman as support. Oh, he's got Lacino as well, who's come up from half back. He can take. Oh, he played on. He punched it a field. He's got Wigmore. He shepherds for him. Wigmore, he's on 50. Short little kick. Gus Primer can take the mark. He's done it in front of Phillips and also McLaughlin. Good running from Gus.
Can the Prez put them in front for the first time of the afternoon?
It could be a draw. We could be back next week.
Well, thanks very much, Jason.
Just watching the screen, I thought he'd done a groin there for a minute, but no, he's just making some adjustment to some gear he's got, I think. And
Wouldn't that be exciting? We come back here next week?
oh, would. A little bit more port. Here comes Primer. This is to put him in front. What are you talking about, you blokes? Gus Primer goes for the goal, and he kicks it. Blue West have hit the front for the first time of the afternoon. That goal coming at the 11-minute mark of the final quarter on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophy's time clock. They're 5 points in front after Gus Primer has drilled a great goal. And it was all set up from the work of Cowie coming out of defence. He's had about 8 kicks in the final quarter already.
Oh, Cookie might get him in for a tankard yet. Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 6-19-55. They lead East Belmont 7-8-50. The APCO Easy Shops final quarter scoreboard, and the APCO Easy Shops are in North Geelong, they're in East Geelong, they're in Newcombe, and they're, of course, in sunny Barwon Heads with our co-commentator and his beautiful APCO Easy Shop down there.
Thank you very much.
Get that fag out of your mouth and call a stanza, Ronnie.
Okay, 15-minute mark gone to the final quarter. Bannockburn Sporting Trophies bring that to us. We see that Ladder thumps the ball to centre-half forward. Loose ball, sees Calder. Trapped it, steadied himself and kicks it long. Up to half forward. Up they go, down she comes. Tunga Neal's there. Oh, held Newton, no free kick. Back goes Newton. Good work from the youngster. Pack of players have formed at centre-half forward, and the umpire will come in and bounce her down.
He's done okay, young Newton. Just come on the ground.
Yeah,
played very well.
Yep. Ball up just inside the centre square. At centre-half forward for the Lions. Ladder and Westhorpe. Johnson's up. Brings it down to the front of the pack. Oh, he kicks it straight off the ground himself. The Eskimo and the Love Child. They go for the ball. Murray Scott's in there too, over the bottom of the pack. Held in. And a ball up about 40 metres out from the East Belmont goal.
The Lions need a goal. They're trailing by 5 points. The first time of the day they've trailed. Plenty of players on the ball here as the bounce up affects. Latter goes up, knocks it out the back. Bit of a fresh air shot there from Burnett. Winds up the arms of Cookie. Can't get the hand pass away effectively. Murray Scott cop one a bit high. Play on the call. Through comes Jeff Shaw. Cook comes back onto the football. Boundary line looms up and B umpire will throw it back in. On the far side of the ground, half forward flank, just outside, perhaps just inside. Let's call it right on the 50-metre line.
Scott and Ladder and Westhorpe all up, and they all thump it back over the boundary line for another boundary throw-in. And the Lions will have to be just careful here. We see Dave Franey moving back now near Gus Primer, who was standing out here at centre-half forward by himself with about 100 metres in front of him. If he got the ball over the top of Franey's head, he was off. Ladder gets a tap out to Murray Scott. Oh, back into play. Puts Craig under pressure. Handball by him towards Frank Iannelli and the boundary line. The boundary line will win that contest.
Would have been a good contest if it had come out to Gus Primer and Dave Franey. They've got about 50 yards to run behind. Would have been a great race, wouldn't it, Ron?
Yeah, Battle of the Bulge.
You said that, not me.
Yeah.
Boundary umpire puts it back into play out there. Wide goes Legal, gets the hand pass across to little Newton. Newton goes on the right foot into the forward zone. Cowie let that one go past him, but he's got support with Hates. Comes out of defence with the right foot kick marked by Franey. At outside centre-half forward, Franey goes a nice kick into the lead of the number 20, Cameron Buchanan, who's already kicked 3. I reckon he's too far out to score with the breeze the way it is. He's holding the ball a bit long. He must fancy himself because he could have got down there a lot quicker. Here's Buchanan. Comes in on the right foot. He's had a long go at him. Got it up in the air. The breeze holds it up very badly there. A lot of players there. Craig tries to tap the ball away for Blue West at ground level. Bit of support. Stewie Scott's been grand all day. Picks up and punt kicks outside the defensive 50 metres. Here comes Murray Scott, his brother. He got the stops on. Yep, he has. He's got the ball in play. No, he's run out of room out there. He's well pressed by Jeff Shaw. Boundary showing far side of the ground. It's half forward flank position. East Belmont trailing by 5 points. Can they get up, Ronnie?
Yes, it's going to be a hard task this afternoon, I would suggest, Cookie, but gee whiz, I tell you, he's tried his heart out all day, big Mark Westhorpe, and has won the aerial contests here this afternoon for mine, as he's up again against Ladder. Westhorpe again, down the direction of Jeffrey, who has really slowed or gone out of the game, was very prominent early. Very prominent, Craig Jeffrey. Ball now back into play. This time, Ladder gets it down, but it's well sharked at ground level. Legal hand passes to Franey. Breaks the tackle. Kick was nice to attempted smother there from Tunga Neal, but he gets his kick away. Up they go. Mackenzie's there for Geelong West. Pack of players have formed, and gee, they're still having a red-hot dip both sides, as a number of players around the footy, and the umpire again forced to bounce down about 40 metres from the Blue West goal. Time clock ticking on, about 17 minutes gone to the final quarter.
40 metres out from goal. Ladder, Westhorpe, Legel plucks it out of the ruck again. Quick right foot kick to the teeth of goal. It can run back Buchanan and Haynes. Buchanan over the top, can't take the mark. Rushed through by Brendan Chandler just as Greg Johnson was coming for a rush behind for East Belmont.
Gee, that would have been a mark. Buchanan nearly pulled that in, was he? Ran back into the pack and spun around the wrong way and all sorts of things. Had it and lost it. Would have been dead in front.
Well, it would have been a great effort. Cowie now brings it into play. It's a beauty right to the centre of the ground. It's cleared the pack. It is in the centre of the ground.
Lachino runs on it, missed it. Stewie Scott missed it. Hand pass comes out of the pack. Oh, clean bowled a couple there. Here comes Primer. Uses a bit of strength in the pack. Franey's got a bit of that strength too. He knocks the ball back in the direction of teammates. They've got it out of trouble. Jeff Shaw going to get charged down by Lumen. He is. And the ball spills to Wigmore. He fumbles the hand pass. No, he doesn't. He gets it away to Stewart Scott on the finish there. Up to the half-forward line. Phillips comes out, does well for the Lions. Taps the ball in front of him. Free kick's been paid. Here going to go the way.
Vinnie Lumen. Too high.
Yeah, cop one a bit high there from, I think it was Jeff Shaw.
It was.
As he was going through that pack. And Lehman, well, he's too far out to score. Elects to kick it into the lead of Denning. Too far over his head. The ball will go out of bounds before Phillips can get back on it. But it's only 15 metres around from the point post. Scoreboard shows 7 goals, 9.51 on the board. That's the Epco Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard. That's East Belmont. And Blue West have got 6, 19.55. It's Blue West by 4 points.
A quick shot at goal there from that boundary throw, and I think you'll find it was Stewart Scott. He's kicked it right across the face of goal, and now Phillips can clear for the East Belmont Lions.
He's done well because he's found Buchanan in front of Haynes at half-back. He can kick it on quickly. Burnett turns around, also Newton. Tunganiel's there at the front of the pack. Ingwerson, oh, good play. Good steady play from him. Oh, he's going to be in trouble though. He should have kicked with his right boot. He had 3 players against him. McKenzie, good strong play. Left foot kick from him up towards Stewie Scott, and also Franey. Tunganiel can run through the pack. Oh, he gets tackled without the ball. No free kick. Buchanan, good steady play from him. Up in the air, Vinnie Lehman leads short of the race for the ball. Craig's over the back. Also Newton running through. No can get the ball. Newton can now. Right foot kick, Fort. And also Cowie. It bounces over there. Heads. Oh, Chandler straight through without the ball. Cowie's still there. Oh, it's come out to Edwards. He can run into goal. He can set it up now. Cook was there. It's going to bounce through. Goal. Craig Edwards.
Comes back to great work there. Who knocked it out? I think you'll find it was Greg Johnson. He's done a great job. And I tell you what, the Lions are back in front. Great goal from the assistant coach and skipper, Craig Edwards, who kicked the ball into the breeze very lowly. They've moved now to 8-9-57 East Belmont. Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club, 6-19-55. Apco Easy Shop, final quarter scoreboard. 21.5 minutes gone to the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies. Whew.
Game is getting lively now, Ronnie. The interchange coming up here. The 35 getting a run. That's the big fellow, isn't it?
Yep, Worrell.
Yep. So Frank Worrell's back on the ground. The bounce favours Gus Primer, who stands his ground, gets the kick and it's flattened as he kicked that one.
Oh, they've done that a couple of times this quarter. Forward. That's undisciplined play from East Belmont.
No need for it. He was going to get the kick away. Oh, it's all right making him earn it, but give away. Well, he's kicked it 50 metres anyway. The ball's now at centre half forward, and well, Cam Peatley can just about have a shot from there.
Wigmore it is.
It's Wigmore. Yep. You got the left leg with the lots of rubber on it, you call that, wouldn't you? Some sort of a bandage. Wigmore unloads with the right foot. It's long, it's high, it's into the goal square. Mark, no one. Lehman at ground level. Bang! Blue West are back in front. Crucial error out of the centre by Jamie Legal, giving away the penalty down the ground. And Vinnie Lehman bubs up and kicks one. And Blue West are now back in front by 4 points.
Yeah, well, that was undisciplined play. Undisciplined play from Legal in the middle. Brett Wigmore kicked the ball quickly to the forward line in the goal square. And Vinnie Lehman, good roving to the side of the pack. And Geelong West Cricket and Football Club 7-19-61 lead. East Belmont 8-9-57 by 4 points on the Apco Easy Shops final quarter scoreboard.
You wouldn't believe it, Ronnie. They've kicked 4 straight for the quarter now, Blue West. That's goal. 4 goals straight they've kicked for the quarter.
They had to get it right eventually, didn't they?
Oh, trial and error. Back into the centre. Justin Latter does the ruck work with Westhorpe. Neither player effective. Stewie Scott picks up, kicks and tumbles as he does so. Bangs it out the wide towards centre wing, half forward flank perhaps. Here comes Booby McLaughlin. Gathers in nicely for the Lions. Shows the ball to Lucchino. Then goes on right foot. The kick has to be good. Over the top
good
of the
play,
goal.
Ingwerson.
Flattens Ingwerson, who put his body on the line, and Jamie Legal flew but flattened him. And whether he'll take the kick or not, Frankie Iannelli gives it to him, says hand pass it to me as I run past. He does. Got himself into trouble. Give it back to Ingerwerson. Ingerwerson back to Iannelli. It's touch ball. He runs straight into Bremer. You wouldn't believe it. He's in trouble. Legal's wound up, but then a hand pass over the top was an interesting one. Give it a cock to Franey. Franey breaks away with a bit of pace, a bit of strength. He runs into Bremer as he kicks the ball, but he's got it down to half forward. Oh, great mark here for the Lions. That looks like Burnett's come to life, and he takes one outside and half forward.
Worrell the lead from full forward. He waits for it to bounce. Cowie. Oh, great handball because he's got Jeff Shaw running past. Craig Edwards can kick his second goal in a minute. He's done it too. Oh. And they're back in front.
Well, side's been penalised for mistakes. We saw Gavin Ingerwerson get the free kick out here just forward to centre wing. Elected the hand pass to Iannelli, put him under pressure. Back it went. They lost the footy, and they paid the ultimate price. Craig Edwards bangs his second, and the Lions still roar. They're back in front.
Well, Vollenbrandt coming back on the ground.
Ingerwerson not too good after that either. I didn't think he was. He's coming off the ground.
24.5 minutes gone. Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock in the last quarter. Ladder gets shepherded by Iannelli. Handball to Primer, puts him under pressure. He can get a left foot to it. Ladder went over this time in the middle. Up towards centre forward Calder. Good tap on by Wigmore. Cam Pigley. Great tap on to Scott. Oh, puts him under pressure though. And a good tackle from McLaughlin. Cam Pigley, left foot kick. Long to the goal square. It's one out. Denning and Dunlop. Good play, Dunlop. He punches it through for a rush behind.
They're back on the points again.
Yeah.
And their 20th goes on the board here at the Western Oval. We have got a cliffhanger. 7:20, 62, Geelong West. They trail East Belmont 9-9-63. One solitary point in it on the APCO Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard.
Chukabuka just taking a bit of time to pick this one up. We've travelled, we're up to the 20-minute mark. We're past 20 minutes now in the final quarters. Bukta unloads on the right foot, kicks out to the defensive 50.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark. Wigmore in front, grabs a beauty in front of Franey. And he stands over him, does Dave Franey. Al Fanning says it was 50. The umpire doesn't agree. Brett Wigmore. His tally for the afternoon is one solitary goal. At least he hasn't got the point-kicking disease. Anyway, that's pretty good. He's in good hands here. He's just inside 50. He straightens up on the right foot. Probably won't make the distance. It's into the goal square. Good fist behind.
We're back next week.
It's another point. It's all tied up here, Ronnie. I'm running out of room with these rush behinds.
Sorry?
5 minutes each end.
Oh, it's 5 minutes each end. Oh, well.
Thank God for that.
It was good. It was good. It was good for fantasy anyway. I thought we might be back next week.
You would have thought the GDFL promotions officer would know better, Ronnie, wouldn't you?
Booked up. Straight down the middle of the ground. Iannelli and Westhorpe. Westhorpe, good play by Iannelli. Scott, quick kick at centre half forward. Westhorpe takes it out of the air. Now Legal at half back. Right foot kick towards McKenzie and Johnson. It bounces over Johnson's head. Straight towards Jeff Shaw, though, from the punch from McKenzie. He runs through the centre. Handball to Johnson. He's on half forward. Oh, he stops and waits. Gets around McKenzie. Now he goes back onto his right boot. Goes long behind Worrell and Cowie in front. It comes to the front of the pack. The Lovechild's there. Worrell also Haints. And bottled up 20 metres out directly in front from the East Belmont goal.
He almost had that grab then, Worrell.
63 points apiece in the preliminary final Division 2 GDFL footy at the Western Oval, live on Guest FM.
Bounce down, 20 metres out from goal. Who wants it? There's a free kick being paid. Touchy one, says Ronnie Brain. Free kick to Cowie. Ruck infringement. Cowie now. Right foot kick out towards half back. He's looking for Justin Ladder. He gathers in front of Westthorpe. Shows him the ball. Has to get round on his left foot, and he does. He's tackled by Westthorpe as he gets the kick in. Murray Scott has to make a yard. Can't quite get there. Got both hands on it. He's nicely shepherded. Gives him the chance to pick it up. Inboard he goes. Hand pass to McKenzie, who runs straight ahead. Still goes straight ahead. Primer lays a good bump there on Jeffrey. The ball's tied up in the centre of the ground. It's all tied up in the centre. It's all tied up in the APCO Easy Shop final quarter scoreboard. It's 63 points apiece, and we've travelled. I reckon we've gone 24.5 minutes of the final quarter on the Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock.
Legal takes it straight out of the ruck contest. Right foot kick towards half forward. It'll beat all players out of bounds. Tunga Neal the closest there for the Blue West side. And a boundary throw in. We've gone 27 and nearly 3/4 minutes in the final quarter.
It's a pretty quick clock, I reckon we've got. I reckon it's made a couple of minutes.
Boundary throw in. Legal takes it out of the ruck again as he's done for most of the quarter. Franey, right foot kick. Long. Vollenbrandt in front of Edwards and also Chandler. He takes the steadying mark. Now all he has to do is settle down. He goes the grandstand side. Haints has got a mark. Buchanan in front. Could have been a free kick. Cowie comes across. All push in the back. No free kick. McLaughlin's got chance now. He handles the ball. He's tackled by three Blue West players. Director of umpiring Noel Fanning calls for holding the ball, but it's not. The umpire comes in. and will bounce the ball.
And don't forget, Ronnie, it'll be a long quarter because Travis Kelly was about 5 minutes getting carried up on the stretcher.
That's correct. A good call, Cookie.
Correct.
So there's plenty of footy left in here this afternoon. Bounce down about 40 metres from the East Belmont goal. Worrell, well collared. Gets a quick kick away, but Mackenzie's there for the Blue West side and settles things down.
He chips it out wide, goes on the left foot. The kick's a beauty. Stewie Scott, it is out there, makes position. He's got Bolin Brett running with him. He likes to play on. Goes with left foot towards Murray Scott, coming from behind Coulter, punches the ball away. Here comes Wigmore, gathers the ball in the centre of the turf. He goes for the Western Oval, fast out of the ground, and Lehman takes the grab. Out in front now, Vinny looks down the ground. He's told to move it quickly. He puts the boot into it, goes down to the half-forward zone. Up goes Dunlop, couldn't mark, but gathered well at ground level. That was a drop kick if I've ever seen. Haven't seen one for 10 years. Well done, Dunlop. And hit Coulter on the hands, and away goes Coulter from half-back.
Goes towards half-forward. Good play by Scott. Good guts. He goes back into the pack. He can't take the mark. There's Johnson holding the man. No free kick, Geelong West, as Johnson was running in the goal 15 metres in front of everybody. Brady.
And my boy Scragger's got it.
Scragger.
Your boy.
Oh, he's your boy now. Left foot kick. Mackenzie takes the mark in front of Jeff Shaw at half-back.
Played well, Scrag.
Oh, that could have been a tankard Scrag. Mackenzie now. Awkward looking kicking style. Goes long. Wigmore up. Too early. Oh, he gets the ball though. Right foot kick. Just pummels it towards Cam Pigley and Buchter. Buchter hanging on to they're both hanging on to each other there. It's out of bounds.
Like a husband and wife going down the aisle there, weren't they? Into one another. Rather sensational. The ball's out of bounds on the 50-metre zone. Gavin Ingleworth prepares to come back on. He's okay, evidently. Boundary umpire throws it back into play. Westhorpe does the ruck work, knocks it away from Cam Pigley. Knocked further afield by Legal. Here comes Murray Scott. He's got the ball. Hand passes backwards, concedes ground, but he finds Tunganeel. He up and unders in towards the 50-metre zone. High flyers, booked it from behind, but the fist was a beauty. Picked up at ground level by
Stewie Scott.
Checked that. I think he's got it home.
1 point.
It's a point. Oh, might be the most important point since Barry Breen kicked one a few years ago.
Quick kick out from Buchter from fullback. He's got McLaughlin, also Ingwerson and Lehman. It falls to the front of the pack. All running on McLaughlin and also Lakino. Good play, McLaughlin. He's got a chance now. Was Haints. Gives it to Ian Alley. Can he get it around? It's out of bounds on the full. No, it's one behind. And Frank Ian Alley, 1-1 this afternoon.
The crowd certainly come to lot. They've been asleep after this crowd here. They're certainly roaring now, Ronnie. Better give a score here. It's 8-9, 63 points on the board. 9-9-63 to East Belmont, and Blue West have got 7-23-65. That sounds like that's hard of Chinese arithmetic. That they're 2 points in front as Buchter prepares to bring it back into play. He'll go straight down the ground. He does long kick out the half back. No mark taken. Johnson the flyer from behind. It hits the turf. Crashed his way through. Tunganeel's done all right since half time. Scragger Gray paddles it in front of him, pushes it out wide. Primer there, leaves it for Cam Pigley. Picks up, hooks it back on the left foot. He's missed everything. Hit the bike track, in fact, and it's out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick down there, and I think that'll be Chukatak on the free.
Yep, Andy Buchter now, the full-back for the Lions. Done a great job here this
31 and a half
afternoon.
minutes gone, Ronnie, on the Bannockburn Trophy's time clock.
Oh, he's kicked into the man on the mark. I don't believe it. Denning butters up. Hand pass, inboard. Not a good one. Puts Newton in
that's
position.
a throw.
Threw it out. Yes, he did.
Consistent on that today.
Good call. And poor football there from Cam Pigley. Should have known better. Been caught throwing the footy. Buchter this time. Kicks it over the man on the mark. Out wide, looking for the high flies. Legal at the back of the pack. Couldn't hold it, but gee, that was good work there from Jeffrey. Kicks it quickly up. High tackle.
Yeah, good play by Trevor Haints. Held the ball up and also got the free kick, and he can take his time. The siren! They've won it!
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Well, this will be the record book. 7-23. They've kicked 65 points to go into the grand final against Thompson next week. East Belmont gallant in defeat. Kicked 9-9-63 to 7-23-65. 2-point victors here today, Blue West.
They kicked 4 goals, 4 in the final quarter to Geelong West. East Belmont 2-2.
Okay, well, they kicked 4 straight for a start. Blue West to give themselves a snip and a chance and hit the front, but they came back, East Belmont, with a couple of goals to Craig Edwards, who kicked 2 in 2 minutes to give them a little break again, but they just kept peppering the goals in the end, Blue West. And, well, they've got there. They're pretty happy out there too, by golly.
Well, a great effort in the second half by Geelong West, but also East Belmont, a fantastic effort all day. Many people didn't think they'd get very close to Geelong West this afternoon, but they've put up a great fight to only go down by 2 points.
Yes, certainly. Congratulations to the East Belmont Lions for putting on a great performance here this afternoon, and I'm sure that the Thompson side Well, they'll be concerned because they would have been hoping like hell that East Belmont hang on there this afternoon, and they would have been playing East Belmont next week in the grand final, but it wasn't to be. The Blue West boys have got their nose in at about the 10-minute mark of that final quarter, but East Belmont, through 2 great goals to Craig Edwards, captain of the side, put them back in front. Great last quarter of football here at the Western Oval. But unfortunately, from an East Belmont point of view, they've gone down here by 2 points. Congratulations to Stuart Scott. Goal kickers, gentlemen, this afternoon.
Well, Jay can do those, Jason. I gave the point kickers at half time. You can do these.
All right, Geelong West Cricket and Football Club, the victors this afternoon. They had all single goal kickers. Alan Craig, Frank Ianelli, Ken Denning, Darren Cook, Vinnie Lehman, Brett Wigmore and David Primmer. And for East Belmont, 3 goals to Greg Johnson, 3 goals to Cameron Buchanan, 2 to Craig Edwards and 1 to Craig Jeffrey.
Okay.
Well, just to give the votes, Ronnie, as we gather our breath and...
Well, yeah, look, I'll start off
quarter.
better players for East Belmont. But at first, I thought, Greg Johnson was terrific up forward on half forward. Kicked 3-2 for the afternoon and was very consistent in that first half. Also, Cameron Buchanan, Andy Bookter. Great tries all day for the East Belmont side. And special mention to Craig Jeffrey early. And then when Glenn Newton came onto the ground, I thought he was very constructive. And Booby McLaughlin worked very hard at half back all day. So, yeah, there were some good tries here this afternoon for the East Belmont side. The victors were none better served here this afternoon by the captain coach, Stuart Scott. For mine, he was clearly best on ground. Whether they had have lost the game or not, I think I still would give it to Stewie Scott because of the possessions that he had all afternoon. And his number appears in every quarter of football. Trevor Haints, I thought, was great at half back. Great game from him. And... Ken Denning in and out of the game. Very impressed with also another fine contributor all season for the East Geelong West side was Alan Craig. Thought his game, whether a defence or on the forward line, midfield, was terrific, and he always gave that 110%, which you need players to do in a final series. Brett Wigmore after half-time really set them alight. David Primmer, the old man, president of the club, did very well as well. Some constructive football, bringing teammates into the game. And Gavin Ingsworthen's got a heart of gold. And in that last quarter, without Scotty Cowie down there at full-back, it could have been all over for them. He saved them many, many times in a great last quarter by Scotty Cowie. But I went this way, gentlemen. I gave 1 vote to Andy Bookter, the full-back. I thought his game was terrific. He had something like 30 kicks, and 23 of those were kick-ins from points, but he kicked it to the centre of the ground just about every time. Made a couple of mistakes, but his opponent there, who's a good player in Cam Pigley, only kicked the 1 for the afternoon, and I thought his job was... No, actually, Cam Pigley was kept goalless, so there you are. Andy Bookter has done a great job here this afternoon, keeping quite a talented spearhead for the Geelong West side goalless.
It's a big wrap-up for 1 vote, Ronnie. How long are you going to be for 2 and 3?
2 votes, Alan Craig. Tireless worker for the Cheetahs all afternoon. The number 1 Guernsey, he copped them, he gave them, and he just never stopped running up and down the ground and just chipping in and helping his side along the way here this afternoon. But be best on ground with, I'd hate to think how many sessions. Stuart Scott, clearly ground for mine. Congratulations.
Okay, I went this way with apologies to Andy Bookter, Scotty Cowie and Scragger. I left a couple of mates out there for the tankers, but they weren't far away. And also Andy Bookter played a great game. I gave 1 vote to Dave Primmer. I thought he was very constructive all day, did a lot of the hard work, kicked the goal that put him in front. He was an inspiration out there this afternoon. It was Gus. 2 votes I gave to the ruckman for East Belmont, Mark Westhorpe. I thought he played a ripper of a game.
Certainly.
He came off the ground during that second quarter, and the other fellow had a run of the ball. The big fellow in Mark Worrell, and they just went off the boil a bit when he went, I think. And when the other fellow come back on there, did very nicely indeed, did Westhorpe. And no arguments with you, Ronnie. Stewie Scott best on ground. Just a great game.
Okay, my votes, with apologies to Andrew Bookter, Greg Johnson and Mark Westhorpe for the East Belmont side. I couldn't fit them in, and also Scragger. I've given 1 vote to Trevor Haints. I thought his game across half-back all afternoon was something special. Good. I thought that I thought Scotty Cowie played well in the last quarter, but I thought Trevor Haints across half-back was pretty good, and so was Tunga Neal.
Good call.
I've given 2 votes to Cameron Buchanan. He just seemed to have something special. Kid across half-forward. He seems to have the ball on the string when he gets it, and he kicked 3 goals this afternoon and kept East Belmont in it when they were going tough there in the third and last quarter. And I've given 3 votes to Stuart Scott.
Right, Noel Fanning, have you got your votes ready there, mate?
I have, mate. Mine are probably slightly different. I gave 1 vote to the full-back for East Belmont in Bookta.
Thank you.
I gave 2 votes to the old-timer and president of the Geelong West Cricket and Club in Gus Prim. I thought he did a great job and a lot of things went unnoticed. His shepherding in that all afternoon. And without a doubt, the best man on the ground was the captain coach of the Cheetahs in Stuart Scott.
Okay, well, thanks, Dol, because that's made my decision now in giving the 2 and 1 votes a little bit easier to do. It'll come out like this. Stuart Scott with a perfect score. Best on ground. Congratulations, Stuart. Great performance. Now with
Dave Primmer,
3 votes, yes, David Primmer. He gets the second vote here this afternoon. And with 2 votes is Andrew Bookter, who poll votes from 2 commentators, Mark Westhorpe, Cameron Buchanan from East Belmont. But we've got to go with the rule.
With the majority, Ron.
The majority rule. And Andy Bookter, the full-back. Congratulations, you get the 1 vote.
Okay, the umpires this afternoon, Nathan Ashton and Michael Lemont. Your points out of 10 very quickly, Ronnie, for the central umpires.
About a 6.5.
6.5. Okay, you were pretty happy with them yesterday, you mate, no, I think. Okay, the average were Brian Rafferty and Brent Stanley. In the goals, Clive Hayward and Peter Lugg. The emergency, Jonathan Grabstis.
And he got a 7 out of 10, Jonathan Grabstis.
Jonathan, yeah, he was out a couple of times. And that would just about wrap up. It's good night from me, anyway.
And good night from me.
And good night from him.
And another fine guest video innovation too, Ronnie. The happy little sip of port.
Thank you very much, Brett Revere. Cheers.
Yes, cheers to all you Chardonnay drinkers, and we'll see you next week here.
It's actually,
Grand final at Osborne Park.
it's actually cold tea, listeners.